Welcome to It's Upgrade Season, the only place to get raw and unfiltered advice on how to get your shit together 1 week at a time. I'm your host, Alexandria, and join me every Monday for The Upgrade and every Friday for The Wind Down, where I'm going to be answering your dilemmas. Small shifts, huge upgrades. Let's fucking do this. Babes, welcome to The Wind Down.
Thank you.
I feel like this is the unofficial wind down, because we'll be drinking actual wine. What are you going to go for? You mentioned whiskey earlier.
I did.
Are you a whiskey girl these days?
I tell you what, I've got into old fashions and Negronis. I never thought I would be that person, but I do love them now.
I see this for you. I think it looks, I was going to say dead classy. Looks dead classy when a girl's got like a, should I say, a woman, has a whiskey tumbler in her hand and a...
Yeah, it feels like a boss drink.
Yeah, it's a bit of a vibe. Are you going to have a whiskey decanter in your office as well?
I don't have one yet, but that is a great idea. Thank you for that.
Office upgrade. End of the day of book edits. Just a couple of...
It is upgrade season after all.
It is upgrade season, babes. It's upgrade season. Something that I love about you.
Yes.
Is, and we're going to have a proper wind down today. This is just going to be proper girls chat and see where we go. Yeah. The best kind. But something I love about you is just mad shit happens when you're with Maggie. But I mean that in the best way. Like, I've been at a country music launch party on the rooftop of an LA hotel. We actually got offered free spliffs. Do you remember that? They were offering it. Can I just say it was California, so they are legal, so we weren't doing anything. But just, of course, I ended up at a country music launch party when I was with you. But I feel like this stuff happens to you all the time.
It does. And I'm also going to add, I do, because we get so carried away and have so much fun, I've also had to make you run for flights before.
Oh my God, this was so true. And do you know what? I was so pregnant and sick at the time. And I remember we got on the plane and you were like, are you okay? And I was like, I can't talk for a few minutes. And our friend at the time as well had a sick bug. So we were both just sipping ginger ale. Just like...
Because before we'd got on the plane, we'd gone into the lounge and they'd had the most amazing champagne bar.
Very true. Caveat on this, there was the most amazing. And also you'd magicked us into the... And it wasn't just the lounge, it was like... the bougie lounge.
It was the bougie lounge. And
very
also,
bougie lounge.
Do you remember I got your luggage checked in for free as well?
Yes, you did. Oh my God. That whole trip, honestly, it was like showing up to the airport with a VIP. We skipped the queue. I got free luggage check-in. It was wild. But I feel like this is just... Have you always had that experience in the world, or have you cultivated it more? Because crazy, amazing shit happens when you're around you.
Yeah, I'd say I've definitely cultivated it more since becoming an entrepreneur, just more because of the growth work. As far as I'm concerned, I have this mindset of magic is all around. Like, I always, every single day when I'm out and about and walking, I'm like, universe, surprise me. What magic are you going to bring to me today? Or what do I get to welcome in? And I just go through life, number one, being super grateful for everything. So just having like gratitude mindset is so powerful. But number two, just believing that magical, crazy things get to happen like all the time. And when you're open to it and you're here for it and ready to receive it, magic will always find its way to you.
And look, what's one of those like magical, crazy things that's happened to you?
Oh gosh, okay, so I was at a hotel bar. Oh my goodness, have I told you I don't know if I can probably share it on here, the Rod Stewart story. Did I tell you the Rod Stewart story?
I feel like you have, but I want to rehear this.
Okay, so I was in a restaurant last year in LA and my friend wanted to go to this restaurant. She was like, oh, let's go tonight. And I was like, no, I don't think we should go tonight because I think it was the Met Gala in New York. So I was like, there's not going to be any celebs because they're all in New York. Let's wait until, I literally said, let's go tomorrow night instead because they'll have flown over on the red-eye flight. So I got a table the next day. We didn't know what the restaurant was going to be like. So we got all dressed up. We walked in. We sat down, and as soon as we sat down, I looked over and I was like, oh my God, she's what? I was like, Rod Stewart's over there. And she was like, where? So I subtly hinted at where he was sat.
Yeah.
And 10 minutes later, we're literally sipping our cocktails. He gets up to leave with his family, and then he comes over. He takes our hand, kisses our hand, introduces himself as Rod, asks us, starts chatting to us for 4 or 5 minutes. He's like, you both look fabulous. where are you from? What are you doing here? We had a great conversation.
Yeah.
And then he says goodbye. He leaves through the kitchen, through the back exit. Then a few minutes later, the whole restaurant had gone quiet by this point. Everyone's trying to listen
by the bar.
into the conversation that we were having. And then the waiters come running over and they're like, oh my God, that was Rod Stewart. What did he say? And then after that, they gave us free drinks. We got free dessert. We just had the most incredible service. Compliments from Rod. And it was just, it was just a fun, magical night out.
I do remember this story, but the reason I was wondering if I was recalling it right is because it's just so wild. But like also, of course, Rod Stewart walks up to you and he's like having a chat and just...
Of course, that's just, it's just how I roll.
I love this. I absolutely love this. Something I love about us is our friendship.
Yeah.
One thing that I love about our friendship, actually, which I wasn't going to bring up, but I do love, is we have a rule of no apologies.
Yes, we do.
Which isn't, by the way, just like a blanket rule of no apologies. It's not if you fucked up, you don't say sorry. But when it comes to messaging each other, we have a rule.
We do.
Of, no matter how long it's been, you don't apologise. And you talked in the first episode about a calm nervous system.
Yeah. Can't
tell you how calming that is on my nervous system. To have friendships where it's like just love and trust each other and you're like, it's cool. I know when there's space, we'll check in with each other.
Yeah.
Because the feeling's very much mutual.
Yeah. And I also, that's the true power of a great friendship as well, is days, weeks, even months can pass by where life gets in the way. Because let's face it, we've all got a lot going on. And we can just pick up as though we saw each other yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
And that is really the beauty and power of friendship, and not making your friends feel bad or guilty because you've got things going on in your life. Yeah, that's probably my favourite friendship rule that we have.
I love it. I literally love it. We actually had a question about friendships as well. And she's mentioned parenting because she coaches around parenting.
Okay.
But she said that she's so scared of being abandoned by friends because of how I talk about parenting, as in like her new unique perspective on something. And I do feel like this is something that people can feel in general. Obviously, this example is very specific, but it might be around maybe even a political belief you hold or something that you're doing in your work. Maybe it's something a little bit controversial or a little bit out there. Maybe you just are a little bit out there in general. What's your like hot take on that fear of people abandoning you when you show up?
Honestly, they're not your people. If they're going to abandon you for you speaking your truth, then they're just not your people. And you get to find yourself a new circle, because you're going to have, we all have values, beliefs and things that we just feel really passionate about, that we want to put the spotlight on or talk about. And you get to do that. You get to, don't hold back just because you're worried about what someone's going to say or what someone's going to think. If they don't agree with what you're saying, then we're all entitled to our own opinions. But if they're going to abandon you, then that's not friendship, and it's time for you to upgrade your inner circle.
Yeah, I love that hot take. I feel like as well, like I think there's a lot to be said about not being in an echo chamber as well. As in, it's okay for people to have different opinions.
Yeah, of course.
But then I do think there's something you spoke to there about the different values. And I think that's different. I think you can have different opinions, but different values is a different case. And I think it's harder to come back from, because a value could even be, I respect that you have a different opinion. And that's okay. And I love you anyway. Whereas their value might be, we need to be all the same. And if we're not in full agreement, then we can't continue this. I think that can lead to a lot of disparity.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And I think as well, you get to appreciate that as you're moving through life, we're all evolving, we're all changing. And sometimes we outgrow people, or we're just at different stages in our lives and we can't relate. A really good friend of mine has just come back into my life recently. We were the best of friends at university. And then the last kind of 6 or 7 years, we've both been moving in different circles, doing different things. And we've come back together again. We've just picked up where we've left off, and we've honoured that we've both been on our own journeys, but where it's just beautiful to have that friendship again.
I adore that. And I think it's so natural as well, like ebbs and flows of life. Like, I think sometimes we also put too much of a rigid structure on what our friendships are, or what they need to look like and how they need to show up.
Yeah.
And I love that just fluidity.
Yeah.
Also, I'm going to keep this in. Can you hear my tummy rumbling? No. My tummy keeps rumbling and it's honestly so loud. I was like, I wonder if the podcast's going to pick that up. So if you can hear it as you're listening, that's just my tummy.
Can't hear it at all, don't worry.
I'm very excited for our dinner tonight.
Mine's probably going to rumble now, so thanks for that.
I started talking about it. I know in my head, like, where are we going to go for dinner? What are we going to... So we've got the drinks down.
We've got the drinks down.
You know, I just need to work out what we're going to eat.
Yes.
Do you think we'll bump into any celebrities tonight?
I mean, I can certainly try and manifest it. Stranger things have happened.
Honestly, tonight, all I want to do is just... Do you know... And I will say this, actually, for friendships where you don't see each other as often as you'd like.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, I would love to be literally around the corner from you.
Yeah.
But I think it's something so beautiful. I literally was buzzing, like shaking with excitement to see you. I'm so excited for tonight, getting to catch up and just hear all your news. Like, even just sitting with you now.
Yeah.
There's so much joy and there's so much pleasure in that as well. So yeah, I just wanted to honour that because I'm super excited.
Oh, me too. And also, I can just feel, can you not just feel the warmth, the beautiful energy in the room right now as well, which I know is going to come across in this podcast episode as well.
I love this. I love you. Thank you for joining me on the Wine Down. I can't wait to drink actual wine with you tonight.
Me too. Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Make sure to share it with a friend. I love sharing podcast recommendations with my friend. Sending podcasts truly is a love language. Do that to one of your friends today. Make sure to share this episode. I'm sending you so much love, so much joy, and so much abundance. I'll see you next time. All done.